SBR Forum's Punters is brought to you by Bookmaker.
I'm Peter Loshak, and we are talking with returning guest Steve from collegefootballwinning.com. Steve is our featured college football handicapping analyst this year, and he has been doing calls with us every week. Steve, thanks for being back for week 7.
Thank you for having me back, Peter.
All right, the first game you want to talk about is Toledo at Eastern Michigan. Now, let me set this up. I know you're not supposed to do this. I know you're not supposed to just look over the past games' scores and make deductions based on that. But I'm going to do it anyway, all right? Eastern Michigan, obviously not a good MAC team. They haven't come within 14 of anyone since week 1. Toledo, one of the top MAC teams, they rolled 2 straight teams better than Eastern Michigan by 14. The spread here is Toledo minus 13.5. Toledo killed Eastern Michigan by 38 last year. So Toledo's the pick, right?
Boy, make it seem so simple.
Yeah.
Yes, Toledo is the pick. Eastern Michigan's, we're talking about home field advantage here. This game is in Ypsilanti, Michigan. Eastern Michigan's home attendance is the worst in the FBS, dead last. Last week for their homecoming, they had just over 6,000 paid attendees. And those guys witnessed Eastern Michigan losing to Kent State for their homecoming game 41-14 as they were 3-point home underdogs.
Right.
And plus, a lot of people don't know this, and I think more people don't care, but Toledo's just 50 miles away from Eastern Michigan's campus. So there is no home field advantage here for Eastern Michigan. With Coach Ron English as head man at Eastern Michigan, he is 23.53% against the spread at home. 4 out of the last 5 seasons at Eastern Michigan have been 1 win against the spread home seasons. Eastern Michigan is dead last in the FBS defending the run. In the last 2 games, Toledo's starting tailback, he's really coming on. He's rushed for 313 yards. He averages 7.45 yards per carry in the last 2 games, and he has 4 rushing touchdowns in the last 2 games. Eastern Michigan is the worst in the country in third down conversions. Toledo destroyed Eastern Michigan last year, 54-16. Toledo has beaten Eastern Michigan both straight up and against the spread the last 5 straight years, 9 out of the last 10 years. In 6 of those last 10 games, Toledo was a double-digit home favorite, just like they are right here, and they covered all 6 times. In the last 5 seasons between these 2 teams, the average score has been 47-18 in favor of Toledo. The closest game in 5 years has been a 24-point margin. Eastern Michigan has lost every game this season by double digits, as you alluded to. Toledo is a perfect 5-0 against the spread so far this season versus FBS competition. We definitely like Toledo under 2 touchdowns here.
All right. Seems a little bit too easy, though. Maybe you think that, Toledo does have Cincinnati up next week. You think it could be a look-ahead situation for them?
I think that's that's one of the only reasons that this line is where it is. We here at collegefootballwinning.com think Toledo should be favored by just about 3 touchdowns, but possible look-ahead spot. They scored 2 touchdowns last week on pick sixes and 1 on a punt return, and they won by 15 points. So that's 21 points that the offense did not get for them, and they won by 15. So I think that could be what some people are looking at here, but still great value on Toledo.
Yeah, makes sense to me. I'm trying to poke holes in it, but no, I think it's a solid play. Thanks, Steve.